of Amalia B. Reyes. First performance, the Filipino Players, under the author's direction at Cecilia Hall, November 21, 1940. Characters: Don Francisco, the father; Doña Petra, the mother; Nina, their daughter; Robertine, their son; Doña Dolores; Fred, her son; Francesco, the servant; Pablo, the mayordomo. Time, one Sunday morning at about 11. Scene, living room, simply furnished, a window on the right, at the rear, a corridor, a door on the left, sofa, chairs, etc. at the discretion of the director. When the curtain rises, John Francisco, about 60, is seen sitting on the sofa. Smoking a cigar, he wears a nice-looking longing robe. Presently Robertine, his 20-years-old son, good-looking, well-dressed, enters. He wants to ask something from his father, but before he gathers enough courage, he maneuvers about the stage and clears his throat several times before he finally approaches him. Robertine clearing his throat. Francesco looking up briefly. Francesco looking up briefly.
Father.
Francesco without looking at him.
What? Father. Well, Father. Again? Will you see it's like this? Like what? It's not easy to explain, Father.
If it isn't, then come back when I'm through with the paper.
Better now, Father. It's all about money. Money? What money? Well, you see,
Francesco imitating his tone.
well, you see, I'm busy. I need money.
Francesco dropping the paper.
Need money? Aren't you working already? Yes, but it is not enough. How much are you earning? 800, Father. 800? Why are you earning as almost as your father? You don't understand, Father. I don't understand. Don't misunderstand me, Father. Abba, you just said I don't understand. That means I'm not capable of understanding. Now you say not to misunderstand you, meaning I'm capable of understanding pala. Make up your mind, Robertine. You see, Father, what I'm driving at? I want my old allowance.
Francesco jumping. Diablos.
You want your old allowance? You're working and earning 800. You don't pay me a single centavo for your board and lodging in my house, and now you're asking for your old allowance? I have so many expenses, Father. How much you got in the bank? How can I save anything? So you have nothing in the bank? What kind of flowers do you give your girlfriend?
Robertine embarrassed.
Flowers, 20 or 30 pesos flowers.
Robertine nods again. Que hombre este.
When I courting your mother, I will use give money or balot.
Doña Petra, about 55, enters and catches his last words. Yes, I remember quite well. If you only knew what my mother used to say after you used to give me money or balot. Kakuripot naman, she'd say.
Petra, the son of ours is earning 800. He doesn't give a centavo for our house expenses. On top of that, he's asking for his old allowance. Where in the world you heard such a thing?
I know a place where the children work and don't give their parents any money and still ask for their allowance.
Where?
In the Philippines.
Aba, how Estrada you are, Petra.
Petra to Robertine.
But mother,
If you've no money to ride in a taxi, take a jeepney.
jeepney to visit a girl? Ay?
Petra imitating him. Ay, what? Robertine goes out mumbling. Petra calling. Francesco,
Huh?
I'm calling the servant.
Demonstrates with that servant? Having the same name as the owner of the house.
I'm going to kick him out soon. He broke your plate again.
Again, I don't know why he always break my plates. He never break your plates or Roberto's or Nina's. No, he breaks only my plates.
Francesco, the servant, enters. He is a dark, tall, thin boy. He looks foolish and he has his mouth open all the time.
Opo, Senyora.
Did you make that sign I told you?
The one you told me to make?
Petra emphatically. Of course.
The one you told me to write? Wanted muchacho?
Petra irritated. Yes, Don Francesco.
Huh?
Yes, Don Francesco.
Huh?
I'm talking to the servant. Well, did you do it?
No, Senyora, I didn't make it yet.
And why not?
I forgot how it should be rewarded. I suddenly remember now.
Qui stupido. Hala. Go out and make it immediately. Servant goes out.
Where's Nina?
Asleep in her room. Anyhow,
At this time, it's 11 o'clock.
it's Sunday.
Has she heard mass?
I suppose I did at 4.
And so Nina went to the party last night without a chaperon?
It was the first time.
I hope nothing happened.
What could have happened? We discussed this already yesterday.
Yes, I know, but imagine the Filipino girl going to the party without a chaperon.
After all, she didn't go out with Fred alone. She went with her friends, Lolita and Ludine.
Yes, these two girls, they arrived from the abroad. They've been trying to teach our daughters all the wrong things they learn from those places.
Wrong things? You exaggerate, Francesco. Francesco, the servant, enters with a sign in his hands. Are you through with that? So soon?
I finished it last night, Senyora.
Last night?
Opo, Senyora, but I forgot where I placed it.
Stupido itong taong ito. Let me see it. She takes hold of the sign, reads aloud. Wanted a muchacho. Alright, hang it out there at the window. The servant hangs it outside the window, but with the sign facing inside. I said outside, not inside.
Hi, Francisco, you have to be my namesake.
The servant, after placing the sign, stays by the window making signs and faces to the somebody outside. As I was saying, Francesco,
Are you talking to me? Petra or to the servant?
Petra addressing to the servant. Francisco, what are you still doing here? Go back to the kitchen. Servant goes out.
You were saying, Petra?
As I was saying, I think you're being very unfair to Nina. After all, she's grown up.
Petra, my dear, virtue is ageless.
I know that, Francesco, but Chaperon name is rather old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned? Maybe in some other civilized countries.
But isn't the Philippines civilized?
In many ways, yes, but in some ways, it's uncivilized.
Ay, Francesco, if Saturnino Balagtas, our great patriot,
His first name is Saturnino. You mean Francisco? You mean Francisco?
Saturnino, Francisco, but and O.
Yes, that's why when you call out my name, Francisco the Mutaso rushes in.
Anyhow, our women can take care of themselves.
Are you sure?
Especially if they receive an education. For instance, our Nina is in her senior year in education at the University of Santo Tomas. She's even taking some courses in home economics.
I suppose that makes her immune from any moral fails.
Moral falls, Francesco? Ay, kaibsarada naman to. No, what I mean is that Nina is better educated and more enlightened to take care of herself. Francesco annoyed.
It's Petra naman. You don't see the point. Education, even a university. Education with all the letters of the alphabet. After a graduate's name, EB, BSc, LLB, PhD. It's not moral education. Training the mind is not training the heart.
But if the mind is trained, why? The heart will be ruled by the mind.
No, Petra. If a person is intellectual, it doesn't ipso facto make him moral.
Ipso facto. That's very deep for me naman, Francesco.
Very deep. Our daughter Nina will fall in deep water if you don't watch out.
Petra, exaggeratedly, just like a woman. You're so apprehensive, Francesco. The servant rushes in. Did you call me, Senora?
Hoy, you!
Yes, Senorito.
I'm married to the senora, therefore I'm not the senorito anymore, but the senor, understand?
Opo, Senorito.
I'm going to change your name. From now on, you'll be called Francis. Yes, Francis, understand?
Why not Paquito, Senor? Or Paco? Or Francisquito? Servant.
Because I don't want it. Now, get out.
Servant goes out. Robertine comes in.
Father, I don't get a taxi. Your mother told you to take a jeepney. But I'm visiting my girlfriend. Visiting girls at this time of the day? It's nearly lunchtime. She called me up. She says, must see her right away. It's very important. Robertine, you went to the party last night? Yes, Father, with Leah. You went to the party on Chaperon?
Does Robertine need a chaperone?
I'm not talking about Robertine. I'm talking about the girl you talk out.
Well, if you're going to lose your temper, I might as well be in the kitchen. She goes out.
Yes, Father. Yes, what? I look Leah to the party alone. Yes, young modern people, do you realize that in my time, when I was courting you, Mother, her father, her mother, her three sisters, her young brother, her grandmother, 5 first cousins, and 2 distant relatives sat in the sala with us. But why so many, Father? But in those days, because in those days, we were more careful about a woman's reputation. But in those days, don't tell me those days were different. Outward things change, like the styles of women's dresses and men's styles, but the human heart remains the same. But in other countries, Father, there you go, in other countries, the Philippines is different, my son. Our climate, our traditions, our innate psychology, all this make our people different from foreigners. But my girlfriend has studied abroad, Columbia University pa. Filipino girls who have studied in other countries acquire the outward costumes and mannerisms of people with traditions and temperament different from ours. But a Filipino girl can easily change her temperament. It is inborn. A knock is heard.
A knock is heard.
Somebody at the door. Francisco? Francis. Francis. Who's Francis? The servant. I give him a new name.
Calling again.
Paquito. Paquito.
No answer. The servant disappears. Francisco stares at him. Yes, señorito.
No, my son. Robertine, here's the señorito. But I'm the senor. See who is knocking? Tell him to sit down.
Servant Francisco go to their rooms. Presently, servant comes in, followed by Pablo. He is a fat, dark fellow. He is all dressed up, wears a tie, and everything he smokes a cigar. Pablo and the servant stare at each other. The servant open-mouthed as usual.
What do you want? What do I want? Haven't you got any manners? I said, whom do you want to be? Why don't you speak more dearly? What shall I tell you, the owner of the hour? Who's the owner of the house? The senora, of course. Not yet. Tell your senora I want to see her. Which senora? How many senoras do you have in this home? There's Senora Petra, Senorita Nina. Gago, call Senora Petra then. Opo, sit down. Here are some cigars.
Servant goes out. Pablo, looking about, gets one cigar in a second. When about to get a third, Petra comes in. Yes?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I saw that sign at the window.
Yes?
It says, wanted, a muchacho.
Why yes? Are you by any chance a detective? Pablo giving.
You flatter me, senora. A girl told me now that I am very good looking.
Really? That is very interesting.
Women sometimes tell the sweetest lies.
Do you mind if...
Of course, I don't mind. Go ahead and ask any questions.
Do you mind if I ask what I can do you? Pablo blushing.
I'm applying.
Applying for what? Pablo, after mustering enough courage.
I'm applying for a job.
What job? Pablo, pointing at the sign outside significantly.
That,
Petra, looking towards the sign and at Pablo incredulous. You mean? Pablo joyfully.
yes, I'm offering my services.
You mean you wish to be a muchacho?
I wish you would not be so insulting, senora, but I want to be what they call in Europe, a mayordomo.
A what?
A mayordomo, you know?
Oh, you mean?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Petra, after giving him a dirty look. Well, for a minute, I mistook you for an hacendero or a movie actor.
That's right. I don't look like a muchacho or mayordomo. My mother always used to say I would amount to something.
Cupping his hands toward Petra's ears.
Confidentially, my mother wanted me to marry one of the president's daughters.
President's daughters? You mean the President of the Philippines?
Yes, why not? Is there anything wrong in that?
And you wish to work her as a year as mayordomo?
That's it.
What can you do?
I can watch the house when you're out, accompany the children, if you're any to the movies or to the parties.
What else?
I can do many other things. I can even sing.
Never mind your social accomplishments. What's your name?
I was baptized Marcelino, but my mother calls me Pablo because I remind her of her brother who spent 2 years in jail. But my friends, that is, my intimate friends, call me Paul.
I'll pay you 80 pesos, including board and lodging. Pablo jumping.
I'll take the job.
Petra stands up and looks at him frigidly. Good. You can start by washing dishes.
The dishes, but it's time for lunch. Haven't the dishes you used for breakfast been washed yet?
No, because our servant Francisco always breaks the plates. So I told him this morning after breakfast not to wash them yet.
I wish I had come after the dishes had been washed.
Alright. Ask Francisco for instruction. Petra goes out. Pablo lights a cigar and throughout the following scene drops the ashes everywhere. Francisco enters.
Oh, good morning. Have you been waiting long?
Pablo staring at him insolently. No, I just talked to the senora.
Oh yes, why don't you sit down?
I will. And Pablo sprawls Cleopatra like on the sofa.
Did you come on some business?
Business? Oh, business of a sort?
That's good.
That's a nice lounging robe you're wearing.
You like it?
I certainly am going to buy one exactly like that.
Thank you, imitation. This is the subtlest form of flattery.
Of course, mine will be more expensive.
Undoubtedly, you must be a man of means.
Of men's? Well, sort of. I wonder what's delaying Francisco.
Francisco, I am Francisco.
Pablo laughing.
Ha! You are Francisco?
Yes? Instructions.
Well, if you're Francisco, the senora told me to ask you for the instructions.
Instructions. What kind of instructions?
I suppose she meant instructions for washing the dishes and all that sort of thing.
Francisco puzzled.
This is all that sort of thing. What do you mean?
Are not you the servant here?
Francisco flabbergasted.
Servant, I am the owner of the house.
Pablo jumping.
Oh, the owner, excuse me.
Gliding away.
I suppose this is the way to the kitchen.
He runs out to the kitchen.
Petra.
He exits. Petra enters and arranges the chairs. Nina comes in. Nina is about 18 and she's wearing a nice looking pair of slacks. She obviously has just risen from bed for she keeps yawning atrociously. Where's the Sunday paper? Oh, so you're awake. How was the party last night? Nina sitting on sofa. So, mother, where's the movie page? Probably your brother Roberting is looking at it. Francisco enters.
You're awake at last. Have you had breakfast?
Breakfast when it's nearly 12?
How was the party?
So. Francisco looks for some cigars on the table.
Aba, where are the cigars, Petra?
Why? I please have a dozen there this morning.
Half a dozen. I'd smoked only one so far.
I wonder.
I'm wondering too.
Nina standing and yawning. Still sleeping.
Wait a minute, Nina. Sit down.
What is it, father?
So you went to the party alone last night?
This Francisco naman. I told you she was out with Fred.
Anyhow, I hope that the first and last time you go to a party, and Chaperon?
But there's nothing wrong, father. After all, I am an educated girl. Nina yawns so desperately that she looks like an acrobat. Petra and Francisco stare at each other. Yes, Francisco. She can take care of herself. Can't you see? She's educated. Francisco gulps and wonders if his wife is crazy. Roberting enters.
So you're awake. How was the party last night?
Oh, so?
Why are you here? I couldn't hire a taxi. No money.
I told you to take a jeepney.
Anyhow, I can see her this afternoon incidentally. I met Fred's mother a short while ago.
And mother?
She was near Martinez taxi station.
What were you doing at the taxi station?
Anyhow, Fred's mother, trying to get a taxi on credit, I suppose. Anyhow, Fred's mother,
What about her?
she said she was coming today.
What for?
She didn't tell me. Fred's mother, you mean the young fellow Nina went out with last night? Yes, father. No, but
Did she say why is she coming?
no, but she seems sore at me. In fact, she seems sore at you too, father. At me?
Robert Dean imitating Dolores' voice.
She said, tell your father, Kiko, I'm going to see him. She called me Kiko. Yes? Then she said, don't Kiko at least. No, she simply said Kiko. Aba,
Pablo's heat is seen sticking out by the door. Pablo shouting at the top of his lungs.
Dinner served.
hey, don't shout that loud.
Pablo accepts.
Who's he, mother?
The new mayordomo.
Mayor what?
He's the new servant. They all go out, but Nina lingers for a while, and there's an expression of worry on her face. Then she insists. Pablo and the servant come in.
Hoy! What do you mean, hi? My name is Pablo. You may call me Paul. My name is Francisco. The senior calls me Francis, but I prefer Paquito. I once had another amo who used to call me Frankie. What do you want? The senora wants you in the dining room. What for? To serve the dishes. That's your job. I'm not a muchacho. I'm mayordomo. Didn't you answer the sign over there at the window? Wanted a muchacho? Yet, why? Then you're a muchacho like me.
Pablo threatening him with his fist.
I want you to understand that I am not a muchacho. Huh? You look like a common muchacho to me.
Pablo threatening him with the cigar he holds.
Don't let me catch you using that word again. Soplado.
Petra enters. What are you two doing here? Don't you know we're already eating? Pablo and servant go out. Presently, Nina comes in and goes to the window. She sees somebody coming and runs out. Several knocks are heard. Pablo is seen crossing the corridor. Then Pablo enters first, trying to cover his face, followed by Doña Dolores, a fat, arrogant woman of 40, wearing the Filipina dress and sporting more jewels than a pawn shop. Her 20-year-old son Fred follows her friend. Is so damp and as damp looking, nobody would believe it. Pablo is still trying to hide his face. Dolores, fanning herself vigorously.
There's Donna, Petra. She's eating. Sit down. Call the senora and mind your own business. Che, so it's you. Working here, how much are you earning?
Pablo insolently.
Why? After treating you as well at home as a muchacho, now you come to work here without even leaving me a farewell note? Che!
Pablo with arms akimbo.
I'm not muchacho. I'm a mayordomo. Mayordomo, mayor tonto. Che!
Pablo, who is now all sprinkled with Dolores' saliva, gets his handkerchief. Petra and Francisco enter. You may go, Paul.
Paul?
Pablo leaves. Good morning.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, you and Petra.
Won't you sit down?
I'll rather remain standing. Che. Don't
This is your son, Fred, I imagine.
imagine. He is my son.
Ah, so he is your son. Supposing he is what that to you?
I was just thinking, he doesn't look a bit like you.
Certainly not. She the spitting image of my third husband. Do sit down.
Are you trying to insult me by implying I've no chairs at home, che?
What can we do for you?
Dolores, pointing to Fred, asked him, "What is it, Fred?" Fred, pointing to his mother,
Ask her.
Speak up, my son.
"Your son? Your son, eh? So you and your daughter, Nina, have design on my son? Eh, will you want look him?" "What are you talking about?"
Call Nina.
Aloud.
Nina.
Robertine appears.
Robertine, call Nina.
Robertine goes out.
If you don't mind, I will sit down.
"I will sit down too. I'm tired." Fred tries to sit down too, but his mother yanks him out of the chair. Nina, wearing a sports dress, comes in, followed by Robertine.
Nina, this lad wants to talk to you.
Tell Dolores, nudging Fred. "Tell her."
And her what?
"What is all the mystery about?" Dolores, ominously. "My son and your daughter?"
You went to the party last night, didn't they?
Of course, they went to the party. But now, did they go?
Has your son a car? Maybe they went in his ear.
My son has a car and it's all paid for, but that's it, the point.
What's the point then?
That's what I came to find out. Nana, what happened?
Happened?
Yes, last night. What happened? I'm asking you. What happened, Nina? Why, nothing, Mother. Nothing?
Nothing, mother. Nothing? Che, a girl going to a party and chaperoned and nothing happened?
What really happened, Nina? Nina, approaching Dolores and practically screaming at her. Nothing happened, and you know it? Che, how dare you shout at me?
Don't talk to my mother like that, Nina.
Nina, approaching Fred. Bobo, stupido, standing here like a statue?
Statue? What statue?
The statue of a dumbbell?
Gaga.
Robertine approaching Fred and holding him by the neck.
Hey you! Don't start calling my sister names.
She started it.
Petra approaching Dolores. Your son took my daughter out to the party last night.
Why do you allow your daughter to go out alone? Nina insisted there was nothing wrong, but my intuition told me it might be wrong. Shut up, Fred. Shut up, Fred. Why, Mama?
Dolores to Petra.
Why do you allow your daughter to go out alone with my respectable son? What's respectable about him?
Dolores gives her a poisonous look. People saw them come and go unchaperoned. Yes, unchaperoned. Imagine a girl doing to a party alone? Francesco advancing.
She was with your son, wasn't she?
Unfortunately,
Then, if my daughter was with your son, what danger was there?
people are talking about last night.
But what happened? Dolores to Fred.
What happened, Free dear?
Fred, tearfully.
Nothing, Mama. Try to think something must have happened. Nothing.
Dolores notices that the group's hostile eyes are fastened on her.
Torpe.
Fred, twisting with pain.
Aroy! You son of my third husband. Why didn't you tell me nothing happened? I've been trying to tell you since this morning, but you gave me no chance.
Embarrassed, Dolores tries hard to regain her dignity. Francesco approaching Dolores.
Well,
You mean to tell me you came here and raised all these rumpus when nothing absolutely happened?
Well, I won't be too sure about absolutely nothing. Besides, I have to be careful, yes, very careful about my beloved son uprighting.
Your son is very stupid.
what? My son's stupid?
Petra shouting. And definitely.
As stupid as you are.
As me?
And positively. Fred approaching Nina.
It's your fault.
What do you mean, my fault? Dumble.
I'd slap your face if I were not a gentleman.
Robert D. flies across the stage and faces Fred.
I'll slap you even if mother says I'm no gentleman at times.
Dolores to Robert D. Don't you dare touch my son, che. Nina to Dolores. You can have that human jellyfish come here to say what might have happened. Nina grunts so savagely that Dolores retreats in terror. Dolores to Francesco. You should advise your daughter to stop doing the parts unchaperoned, people gossiping and include my son.
Mind your own business.
Raising his fist to her head.
Tell your son to stop looking dumb.
I never saw such people, che.
Get out of here before I call the police.
The police! Mama, the police!
We're going, che. Paul?
Who's Paul, Petra?
Pablo appears.
Yes, Don Francisco?
Roughly, Paul, roughly.
Dolores facing Pablo.
Canalya!
To Petra.
I suppose you entice my muchacho to come here.
Pablo touching Dolores on the shoulder.
Hoy, I am no muchacho. I'm mayordomo. Furthermore, Doña Petra gives me 80 pesos a month while you used to give me 50 pesos only.
8 a month? Where will they get that much? Doña Dolores. Dolores de Gabeza.
80 a month? Che?
Going to the door.
Che?
Turning again.
Che?
She comes back to recover her son, who has remained like a statue. Can you imagine the insolence? Che? Everybody stares at her.
That's what Nina got for going out on Chaperon. I was already telling you, Petra.
How could I? No, this Dolores would make all the awful fuss.
You want me to break Fred's neck? You should have done that when he was here. Your muscle reflexes are tardy in working, my son.
Robert leaned unconsciously.
Che,
They all look at him. Nina has sat on the sala and begins to cry. Don't cry, Nina. It's over. Nina between sobs.
Making all that fuss for nothing. The truth is that I quarreled with Fred during the party and left him.
Left him? Where did you go?
I came home with Duding and Lolita. Fred's mother had been trying to interest me in her son. That's why he told his mother and...
Ahidza Mia, go in now and let this be a lesson to you.
Nina, as she's near the door unconsciously.
Che!
They all stare at her and at each other. Finish eating, Robertine.
Incidentally, Roberting, I hope nothing happened with you last night. Last night, you went out with Leah, didn't you? Yes, but nothing happened, I think.
You think? Pablo comes in, smoking a cigar.
I escorted them out already. Senora, what do I do now?
You may wash more dishes.
I escorted them already. Senora, what do I do now? Huh?
He is about to go.
Hoy, where did you get that cigar?
Huh? Why, somebody give it to me.
Who?
Francis Senior.
So, Mayordomo smokes owner cigars? Owner kicks Mayordomo out?
He makes a gesture of kicking Pablo, but the latter runs outside into the street. The servant is seen coming in from the corridor. He disappears and comes back with a coat which he throws out of the window.
Hoy, your coat. Mayordomo, mayor. Yabang.
Get back to the kitchen, Francis.
Am I still the servant here, Senora?
Yes, I suppose we'll have to bear with you for a while.
I won't have to put out the sign anymore. Wanted a muchacho?
No, make another and put wanted a chaperon.
Wanted a chaperon?
Yes, for a daughter, Nena.
Que vergüenza. Her mother. Well, chaperon? Nina? She stares out the window. She sees somebody coming. Robertine. Robertine appears.
What is it, mother?
Petra pointing outside. Isn't that your girlfriend, Leah?
Why, yes.
And who is that old man along with her? Robertine swallowing. And
That's her father.
he's carrying something.
Yes, he's carrying a gun. Yes, he's carrying a gun.
Running outside.
Tell them I'm out. Ay, Petra, we need 2 chaperons. Che.
Petra stares at him.